really lucky to have somebody here today to tell his story. Because you may come here and you see, obviously we come here and we're on site and you go, oh my God, they're here again. And oh gosh, we ask for so much, a lot. And so I have Jack, who's going to give a reason why we ask for so much. And Jack is going to share his story. But I wanted just to say thank you to all the nurses for all you do. I have a lot of friends that are nurses, obviously in the field that I am in, but also personally, and I'm always telling them how much they rock. You guys really rock. It's just amazing what you do. So Jack Clunan, who is a recipient, and I'm not going to take his thunder, so I'm going to leave it up to Jack to tell his story.
First, I'd just like to thank all of you for coming out today and letting us teach you a little bit about organ donation. And also like to start by wishing all of you a happy Nurses Week and thanking you for all that you do. You're about to find out how much I appreciate it. You never know it by looking at me, but I am your recipient for today. My name is Jack. I'm 23, and I've had a liver transplant. I've had 3 of them, actually. Go big or go home, right? I was born with a disease called biliary atresia, which I don't know if some of you are familiar with it. Basically, my bile duct didn't work, and I had to be listed for a liver transplant. I received my first transplant at 9 months old on April 29, 1994. This was 20-something years ago, so I didn't know as much as they do now. I had a lot of issues with rejection, and the liver lasted almost about a year, though. Then on April 19th, 1995, I received my second liver transplant. I did even worse with that one, but it was better than the organ I had now, so they gave it to me to keep me alive. I didn't have to wait long, though, because I received my third liver transplant on July 5th, 1995, just 4 days before my second birthday. I came out of that surgery in a coma, and my doctors told my parents I wasn't going to make it to see my second birthday, but lo and behold, I woke up. And actually last July, I celebrated the 21st anniversary of that transplant, so that was cool. Now I'm going to fast forward 16 years to when I was 18 years old. I was in and out of the hospital growing up a lot, but nothing too major. And then 2 months after I graduated high school, I wasn't feeling real well one day, and I had some tightness in my chest. I went to the doctor. Turns out I had a mass in my chest, and bone marrow biopsies would later reveal that I now had leukemia, or cancer of the blood, as you know. And treatment would require chemotherapy once a week for 25 months, plus 2 weeks of radiation. However, all the chemo destroyed my joints and my teeth. I now have hearing aids, a hip replacement, and these are dentures. Or as I like to call it, the senior citizen hat trick. Very cool. I'm healthy now, and I'm able to live my lifelong dream of being a stand-up comedian in New York City.
And he is.
Yeah. Those are some of my jokes. But when I do shows, since I like to joke about my illnesses a lot, I end every show with this quote. When life throws you hardships, you can either laugh or cry. And trust me, laughing's a whole lot more fun. And remember to think about becoming an organ donor because it really works. I say that because I want to get people talking. That's the first step in raising awareness. Because the sad fact remains that a new name is added to the National Transplant Waiting List every 10 minutes. And on average, 22 people die every day waiting for an organ they never received. Think about that. There's about I don't know, maybe 50 people in here. That's in 2 days, this amount of people will die waiting for organs. It's crazy. 22 every day. That number had never seemed bigger to me than this past year when I lost 4 very close friends who all passed waiting for organs they never received. They were all good young people with their whole lives ahead of them, but there weren't enough donors. There still isn't. A recent study found that 92% of New Yorkers say they support organ donation, but only 27% are actually registered as donors. Why is that? I think the problem is there's just too many myths and misconceptions out there, and one of the biggest ones is, and I hear it all the time, and being that you're nurses, you're gonna hate this one, I promise. But a lot of times people say to me, yeah, Jack, but if I become an organ donor, then if I go to the hospital, the nurses and doctors, they won't try to save my life. They say, you're laughing because you see how ludicrous that sounds, but yeah, people are stupid. And this one gets under my skin a lot too, because another thing you don't know about me is aside from being a comedian, I'm also a New York State certified EMT. Thank you. Okay. But I haven't started yet, so good thing you're in a hospital right now. If you have a heart attack, don't look at me. That's all I'm saying. And I actually volunteer with Cohen Fire Department, so it's been fun. So this is what I like to tell people is, in EMT class, they're training us, okay, if the patient is unconscious, that's how you check the pulse right here on the carotid, They don't train us, okay, if the patient is unconscious, this is how you flip him over, you check his wallet to see if he's an organ donor. Like, I could care less. As passionate about donation as I am. And I don't even have to continue because I already know how untrue that myth is. Now, in the transplant community, we call getting a transplant receiving the gift of life. Because that's exactly what it is. It's life. And it means different things to different people. To a father, receiving a transplant could mean getting a chance to be there, to walk his daughter down the aisle, or being there to see his kid graduate from college. Or for a teenager, receiving a transplant could mean graduating high school, getting a license, or going off to college. Or such as in my case, for a baby receiving a transplant, it could mean all of that and everything in between. I had my first transplant at 9 months old. So my donor didn't just give me a liver. He gave me every birthday I've ever had. My 3 donors didn't just give me 3 livers. They gave me the chance to learn how to walk and talk and grow up and be a kid. They gave me a chance to graduate high school and get a license and so many other things. But most importantly, my donors spared my parents the unbearable pain of having to attend their baby's funeral. All because they said yes to organ donation. And it doesn't even cost anything. That's the beauty of it. It literally costs you nothing to become an organ donor, except maybe a minute of your time to fill out the form. A minute of your time, and a lot of people don't know this, one person can save up to 8 people through donating your heart, both lungs, liver, both kidneys, and both intestines, and also donating tissues like skin, blood vessels, heart valves, bones, things like that. One person can affect the lives of over 50 people. You can even donate corneas too. And a lot of times people say to me, yeah, Jack, but my eyes, they're horrible. I've needed glasses my whole life. I mean, true, your eyes may be bad, but they're still better than somebody who's blind. I guarantee you, a blind person will gladly take what you think are bad eyes. And the cool thing is, you're never too old to donate either. So far in the United States, there was a 96-year-old woman who donated her liver, and worldwide, Scotland had a lady, 107 years old. She donated her corneas. 107. Looking around the room, I know most of you are older than me, but none of you are older than 107. And if you are, what are you eating? You look great if you're 107. So, please, if you haven't already, really think about becoming an organ donor, and because it really works. And as you consider your decision, just remember, you're not just giving people organs. You're giving people more weddings, more birthdays, more graduations, and more precious time with their families. I'm Jack Cloonan. I'm just one of the many examples of what saying yes to organ donation looks like. And if you want to become a donor, see us after the meeting. Thank you guys again. Happy Nurses Week. I really appreciate all that you nurses do, as you just heard. So, thank you.
If you want his autograph, I have connections with Brandy, so I'll ask.
You can sell it on eBay for 3 cents if you want.
But it'll go up in value, I'm telling you. So I'll work on that for you. So thank you again for everything that you do. Again, here's one huge example. So thank you.